Welcome back to Trolla's Garage. In my last video that I made about this car when I was changing the radio, I had talked about doing the coolant lines. Taking a road trip with this car next weekend. Those coolant lines need to be done. I do not want them popping out on me at the track or when I'm ripping around the mountains. So that's what this video is about. Stay tuned. Most people who are familiar with these cars have heard the stories about the coolant lines popping out. I have personally seen it happen 3 times to 3 different cars, and I don't want it happening to me. So I'm going to put the car inside. I'm going to put it on the lift, and basically what needs to happen is that airbox needs to come out, the alternator needs to come out, the power steering reservoir and the pump both need to come out, and then down in there, which I'll show you guys as I get in it, I need to drill a hole, which is very unnerving and I do not like doing it, but it needs to be done. So I'm going to drill those holes and basically just stick a screw in it with some red Loctite to seal the threads. And you know what, while I'm at it, I might as well replace those motor mounts with the RS mounts that I have. I have a set of factory RS mounts, get rid of those. Anyway, that's what's happening. I'm going to go ahead, put the car up on the lift inside and start tearing down. Yeah, man, it's kind of scary drilling holes in your engine block, but it's got to get done. It is a nasty day outside today, so it's kind of a good thing I'm going to be working in here. All right, to do these lines, drill bit. These are 832 by 3/8 inch screws. Typically you would need a 29 drill bit, but they didn't have one that had the little hex thing here. So I took a 1/8 inch drill bit and cut it, and I'll show you guys why. Tap. You need that to tap the holes. You need a drill, and then you also need this little angle piece, because there's one, actually 2 all the way back there, which, you know, as it progresses, you'll see why you need this angle thingamajig here. I got that at Home Depot. And then obviously you need some red Loctite. And that's it. So first things first, I gotta disconnect the battery because yeah, I'm gonna be taking the alternator off, so don't want any sparks, because that is not good. As a quick overview, from what I can see, is I need to take the airbox off. I need to disconnect the MAF. I'll probably just take this whole intake off. Once I get past there, I'll need to figure out how to get the alternator off, and then also the power steering reservoir and the pump down there. So I'm gonna need to take the belt off. I'm gonna need to take that pulley off and dig in, because there's quite a bit of digging in. So hopefully it will come back to me. I said, I've done this already once before. I hope, my memory starts to come back, because it's kind of a scary proposition here, but nothing that can't be done. Have you guys ever taken a serpentine belt off and not remembered how it goes back on? Guess what? I have. So I just made a little diagram here. Whatever. Listen, it's my car. I'll draw on it if I want. So I got a Sharpie and I made the diagram here, so I'll never lose it. I'll never forget. I'd never have to look it up. It's right there. Besides, that's covered by the airbox. Once the airbox goes here, you don't see it. So anyway, whatever. It's my car. I'll do what I want. I drew it. And that's it. I never have to worry about remembering or Googling it or anything like that. So, I don't know. That's just me. And speaking of serpentine belts, that's the next thing. That's got to come off. And then I'll have to look at the alternator from what I can see. I have a bolt here. I have a bolt here, both Torx. And then it should come out. And then I have to disconnect it from the back, because I have to put a few of the screws down in there. So that's next. I was going to put the phone up over here, something probably on the door to see, to film, shoot down while I'm doing this. But the reality is, my back is basically covering all of this, so even if I put the phone over there, you guys aren't going to be able to see what I'm doing. So that's just not going to work. So anyway, I'm working right now on taking the alternator off. I got this one already loose. I'm working on the one in the back there. I'll get this guy off, and then I need to work on the whatchamacallit, the power steering pulley. You know, something fights you, you start to have memories, you know what I mean? So here's where I'm at. I got the pulley out here. I'm trying to get this bracket. I could probably do this without removing this bracket, but the reality is that to get a tap down in those two spots right there with this in the way is going to be a little complicated. Actually, you know what? I could probably just remove this pulley right here, this idler pulley, and have pretty decent access. But anyway, yeah, I need to get up in there. It's just not worth it. So anyway, this bracket needs to come off. For this bracket to come off, the compressor needs to come off. For the compressor to come off, you have to get this bolt off back here. But guess what? The smart engineers in Weissach did not take into account that there's no clearance there. They put this long bolt, but guess what? That intake manifold doesn't let it come up. So without that, you can't get the compressor out. So I'm gonna have to change tactic a little bit. I'm gonna deal with the power steering issue right now. I need to get this reservoir off, and then I need to get the pump off with, I think there's 3 bolts, 1, 2, and down here's another one. And then I'll get at the intake runners over there, loosen them up, pull this side of the intake up a little bit so I can get that bolt out, get the compressor out of the way, and then I can get this bracket. And then also there's one of the lines that need to be pinned is behind here. So regardless, this needs to come out. So that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna have to change directions a little bit. Instead of working on this side, I'm gonna have to work on this side. So I gotta get this this thing off. There's a screw here, a Torx, I think it is, head there. I think there's one in the back somewhere holding it on. And then I have to get a little cap, because this basically is just a slip joint. And once I pull that reservoir out, it's gonna drip everywhere. So the other option is see if I can maybe drain some of that out, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna be able to do that. So let me just see if I can get in there, stick my finger on it, and have a, I don't know, some kind of plug or something, so that when I take that out, I can just cap that that reservoir, and hopefully it doesn't make too much of a mess. It's gonna make a mess. I already know that. Just try to minimize the mess. Let's see what happens. I am having a horrible time. There's a screw inside of here, inside of there. I don't know if you can see it. Inside there. Well, it decided to strip. It's stripped. How am I supposed to get it out? I can't take the compressor out without taking this out. I can't take this out without taking that out. I can't take this out without taking this out. So I'm stuck here. I don't know. I gotta figure this out. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but one way, shape, or form, this is gonna have to get resolved. All right, I was able to get it off. That bastard, AC compressor out. Now I can start getting this bracket off, get that off, get to the one that goes back there. I need some coffee. So I was working on getting this thing out here, and apparently that doesn't come out, because look what happened. A bunch of coolant started leaking out. I guess there's a union between here and here, and when I loosened it, a bunch of coolant started coming out. I could have sworn that to get to these guys over here on the red car, I had taken this off. But now that I look at it here, I mean, this piece goes all the way back here, and I don't know, I guess I was wrong about that. Current state of affairs. This whole bracket here, which I thought had to be removed, which I could have sworn I removed on the red car, apparently doesn't. So I tightened everything back up. I got the leak to stop, because bunch of coolant came out. You know, I guess there's a union here. Anyway, okay, scrap that. I removed the idler pulley from here, which gave me quite a bit of space here, because I was looking at it, it's like, man, how am I going to get in there? But without that pulley here, actually I have pretty good access here, here, and here. And then, I know it's kind of hard to see, but I need to get here and back there. I need to remove this little clamp here. So I'm going to work on that right now. On this side, what I did was I removed the entire power steering assembly as one unit, instead of, you know, most of the time if you see videos and stuff, they'll tell you first remove the reservoir, then remove the pump, but it makes a mess. So you know what? I just moved it all as one piece. I have access to the little thing right here, which is where that pin goes. And that's it. So I'm gonna start getting ready to drill. So what I did is I marked with a Sharpie all the spots. I don't know if you can see back there. And then over here where I need to drill. So let me go start getting that stuff ready. Along with the drill bit, you need some good grease, because the grease catches a lot of the shavings. I'm also going to get the vacuum, so as I drill I'll put the vacuum, and it's very important to work cleanly here, because as soon as you penetrate the fitting down there, you want to make sure that that drill bit is as clean as possible, and that as little to no debris goes down into the water passageways. So that's coming up. Finally ready to start drilling. So I got my angle drill, I got my regular drill, I got the screws, got my tap, I have the tap, whatever you call it, tap drivers, tap primers, whatever you want to call it, and my red Loctite. Oh, and grease. I got this super duper grease here, very sticky. Oh, I got to grab my vacuum, and that's it. Ready to start drilling. So as you drill, you get all these shavings. You gotta constantly be cleaning that drill bit and adding more grease. This is not negotiable. Put a lot of grease on there to catch the shavings, and then drill away. Back it off again. Got all those shavings. Clean those guys off. And let me grab the vacuum. Suck up those shavings, because we don't want any of that getting anywhere inside the motor. First hole done. Man, it's so freaky drilling holes into my engine. But it's got to get done. No way around it. So, all right. Continue on. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to do. I got 3 holes drilled. That one, this one here, which you can see spewing out some coolant, and that one there. So, I have 2 more to do here, one back there, and then the one on the other side. Since that one is leaking coolant everywhere, as you can see, a big old puddle on the floor, I'm going to go ahead and tap it. Got my tap here. So I'm going to very slowly, very methodically turn the thing and tap that hole so I can stick a screw in it and get it to stop leaking coolant. It's making a mess. And not only that, but it's very slippery. So, because this stuff has some kind of lubricant in it or something, and it's very slippery. So I'm gonna work on that. Again, a lot of grease on here to catch any, you know, the cuttings. So it's very important to work clean here. First one is in and done. All right, now continuing on to the others. But all right, listen, I'm making progress. That's the important thing here. So on to the next. The first cluster of 3 is done. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Happy about that. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All of the lines are now pinned. That is awesome. I'm very happy about that. Move that out of the way. You see the line there? See the thing there? You see the other one back there? That one, the one back there, I used this guy here. See, this is my drill with the little angle thingy-majig there from Milwaukee that I got at Home Depot. You put, I mean, I don't know how much you can see really of this. It's hard to, I didn't film this because honestly, I need both of my hands, and my body's blocking everything anyway, so you can't see it. So anyway, okay, you see like that, and then, you know, you turn it and it makes a hole. With a lot of patience, I did have to reach in there and kind of push down on it a little bit, but it got done. So yeah, the RS officially has the lines pinned. How much would a workshop have charged me to do this? Here I am back to the workshops. After all, this is the car that started the no workshop how can I say, movement. So yeah, I don't know, probably at least a couple grand, you know, to do those, to pin those lines. They'll tell me, oh, you got to drop the motor, yada yada. But anyway, so that's it. I'm gonna end this video here. I'm done for today. It's already starting to get dark out. I'm glad I got those lines done. Fortunately, all I have left to do is get all the mess back in the engine compartment. It took me a little longer than I expected. The reason being is that when you guys saw me fighting with that one bolt that was stripped inside of there, and even from before, my head has started to hurt. But right at that moment, when that bolt just would not come out and I couldn't do anything to get it out, and I'm trying to come up with solutions, I thought about maybe lowering the motor a little bit, you know, putting the crate underneath, making some space so I could bang on the Torx thing so it could catch. My head was pounding. I guess maybe just the frustration added to it. I ran up to the store in the corner over here and I got me some Aleve. I took a couple of leaves, and fortunately the headache went away. And it's kind of weird because I noticed after the headache went away that, especially while I was dealing with that, I was feeling like I was almost in a fog, you know? It's kind of weird. But anyway, headache went away, and then I started to get more productive. I started to move along a little bit better. So now I know I need to have some Aleve handy, or some Tylenol or something. I'm not really prone to headaches. I don't usually get headaches, but today I did, and I think it affected me. So it's gone. My headache is gone. The job got done. I'm gonna finish putting everything away in the next video. I got to top off the coolant because I lost quite a bit, and start the car, let it get hot, and hopefully no leaks. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Pinning the lines is a pretty important thing on these cars, either pinning them or welding them, but it's got to get done because otherwise you're asking for trouble. And of course it's going to happen at the worst possible moment. So it's better to be proactive and not reactive when it comes to pinning or welding those coolant lines, either one. But something needs to be done about that. So again, thanks for watching. Please please hit the subscribe button. Leave me any comments, any questions. I couldn't show too much because again, I'm working there. My back is in, you know, turned towards the outside, and there's really no way I can get the phone in there and record and work with my hands. There's just no way. but I hope that you guys at least have a better understanding of how that process is. The biggest pain was the compressor and that power steering pump. I took that out as one unit instead of two. Usually they'll tell you separate the reservoir and then take out the pump, but I took it out as one unit so I don't have a mess with power steering fluid. So anyway, thanks for watching, and until the next one, there will be another one soon when I put this thing back together and go rip it up and down the street. No leaks and no workshops.